Good morning. It's 9 o'clock a.m. May 7th, 2024. I'm not in Vietnam. I'm not in Thailand. I'm not even in the Philippines. I didn't even have it in mind to open with that comment. I don't know why. Let's see. So I got audio confirmation. I've turned on app audio. SpeakerBot can be hoid. Okay, I got a few things for today. I'll go start with channel comments. Ran Israel, Ran 972. Since the topic of BitLocker versus device encryption seems to pop up from time to time. Thank you, John. I did a little digging and found a good video of someone breaking it down. So I figured, oh, this is some random YouTuber talking about BitLocker and device encryption. I wonder how good that is. So I'll go click on that. And look who it is. Jeez, would you believe that? And then this title, harassing a supporter and responding to questions. Who do you think was the supporter that I was harassing during that show? Yeah. It was Ken Stout. I went and watched it a bit. Anyway, this video that Ran Israel referred us to find somebody is here's some random Doug highlighting the comments that came from some viewer of his who happened to be Ran Israel. And we talk about it there, the differences between BitLocker and device encryption. But something else I noticed here in this, so I'll go turn off the repeating SpeakerBot messages. And something I saw here is his name shows up here as Ran Israel, whereas in the modern day version of YouTube, it shows up with his channel handle, not the name that you're used to seeing him in the chat room. Somewhere between those two dates, YouTube changed the way things are done. This was channel comments, same screen that I was just showing you, where it used to show their chat room version of their name. Why did you make that change, YouTube? That was right around the time when they changed how channel handles are used and referenced. I'm not going to go into the detail of what that change was. But anyway, yeah, so that video has that that information. Let's go share that and get a start at time. If you click on this link, it'll take you right to that point in the video, which is kind of already in that discussion. So I'll go pop out chat and put that into today's show if anybody wants to go look at that. Device encryption versus, I could have done a copy and paste on this, right? BitLocker. And there's that video if somebody wants to go see that. And then what I'll go next. Is Ran Israel in chat room today? Let's see, that's not today's chat room. Doug, why do you have that old chat room up? Well, we'll get to that in a bit. Or was that today's? What all do I have in there? I have two chat rooms. I think this is today's. Yeah, this is today's. Yeah, I don't see Ran Israel yet, but he'll show up. Or I think he would probably watch after the show because he's in Israel and that's a different time zone somewhat. Doug, you're clicking all around. You're making us dizzy. Stop it already. Okay, then Derek Neekum, in response to the video, how to fix Gmail reverse conversation order, says, thank you, works great for me. Well, you're welcome, Derek. And what we do here, Derek, is we are here 6 days a week, Monday through Friday for half an hour, on Saturdays for 2 hours. Saturday includes a Zoom participants. And we are here, myself and the people that participate in the chat room, to give people ideas how to solve problems with their Windows, issues they're having with their Windows-based computers. I don't always talk straight. And that's part of the fun, I think. But anyway, I'll send him a link after the show is over. And here's Betmore saying hello. Glad to see you, Betmore. We're missing you around here. It seems like I haven't seen you for a while. So I'll give her a thumbs up and a heart. Don't need to send her a link because she will watch the show at some point if she's not watching live. Alice says, good show today. Great PC content. Thank you for that, Alice. I'll give you a thumbs up and a heart. And I think, yes, Alice is in chat today. Tim TechWiz is also in chat. 2 hours ago, he says hello. And then Tim, he comes in with a repeat of Alice's comment. Great show today. Great PC content. Yada, yada, yada. All right, so thumbs up and a heart. We'll get Derek later. I have yesterday's chat room still open. See that over here? That's from yesterday's chat because yesterday I had some troubles with Big Beast Build. If you don't know about that, you can go back and watch yesterday's show. But during the show, my clock froze. Oh, right now my clock shows 9:05, and it is correct. The seconds are still incrementing, so time shows right. And
thanks for the Gorilla Dough.
You're welcome, Martin. Martin's was the one that gave me the idea about the Gorilla show. And let's see, was he showing up here? Chat. No, I don't get to see that in what I still have left over from yesterday. The early comments are not there because they know YouTube no longer shows them after a while. This window's still open from yesterday. After I ended the show, my Chrome browser just came right back and my time was back to normal. What happened during the show is my clock froze, never advanced beyond about 9:03 a.m. And when I started poking around trying to fix that, Chrome just completely closed on me, just went away. It didn't crash because I didn't see a crash, and then I couldn't get into Task Manager. Somebody was asking what version of Windows do I have, and then I saw later, well, let's see, Zvi Minor suggested Control-Shift-Escape. That didn't work. Control-Alt-Delete, I don't remember if that worked, and then Selden Ball says this PC's properties would show it. I didn't get around to trying that yesterday, but yesterday somebody asked what revision or what version or what update of Windows do I have on Big Beast Build. So here you see it, Windows 11 Pro, 22H2, and there's the specific build number. If anybody was really caring about that, that question was coming up in response to my clock freezing. I don't know why. Yeah, that was Rand Israel asking about that. What version is it on? Cab driver, I don't know what that was about. Oh, that's when I was talking about getting some other job. Yeah, bus driver was the one that I keep referring to. Ashley Furniture Store salesman. We have an Ashley Furniture Store here. All right, so the other things that I have lined up to talk about, where am I going to go?
Just use Miss Edge and you will have no more problems.
Miss Edge. You want me to? Martin Hogg wants me to use Miss Edge. SpeakerBot misinterpreted that. I do use Microsoft Edge, sometimes intentionally when I'm doing something, basically Microsoft, signing into a client's MS365 account, for instance. So I use both. I tend to use Google for Google things. YouTube is a Google thing, so we'll do that. I've got a couple emails to respond to. I'm going to get into them more deeply later, but I've got an email from Ken Stout and I've got an email from John Williams, and those were both in response to something I was saying at the end of yesterday's show, since so many things were going wrong during that show. At the end of the show, I put up that email address thing that I do. Send me an email out with a question, if you dare. And I'm saying if you dare because, well, things were going so wrong for me. Am I at all worthwhile person to be giving advice on Windows computers? But a couple people did dare. So we'll get to those emails in a little bit here. Let's see, what else did I want to get to? That was a... that show that talked about the BitLocker. That was back on Windows Daily 115 a while ago. Then let's see, what else do I have lined up here? Oh, yeah, in chat room today. Let's go address some of that. Tim says, great trader. We have a new Phil Collins, Genesis Savan from Dennis. And Dennis gives me this link here, and I've got it up on screen. This is the Phil Collins In the Air Tonight official music video. Thank you, Dennis, for giving us that. And then Alice remembers this advertisement that I used in the trailer with the gorilla playing the drums. I do not. I've never seen that before that was given to me by Martin Hogg, I believe it was. And Alice says, hi all. Also, there's a game called Vice City Stories. Let's zoom this in a bit, shall we? There's a game called Vice City Stories, and Phil Collins sang In the Air Tonight on the game, played in 80s versions of himself. Yeah, and I've got that pulled up over here. And that's a fair representation of Phil Collins. As I mentioned yesterday, I appreciate so much about him. He doesn't do all this fancy clothes and weird stuff, and he comes out and he's just he is himself. I like that so much. John says, great trader. Martin Hogg says, thanks. It was because that was his suggestion. Dennis's premiere. Dennis gives us a link to his Fortnite premiere today. Southern Ball with the weather report. John Williams, good morning. Speaker bots checking in with us. Chris Garrett, hello. And Ski Man. Wintermute, hello. Chris Garrett, install Windows on a Chromebook. Yeah, that's not going to go well for you. Martin, thanks for the gorilla. You're welcome. There's the Microsoft Edge comments. Use Edge to download a real browser. Yeah, every time I download other browsers when I first set up a computer, you start with Edge. That's where it all starts with. Greg M. I belong to an email list where 2 members are fixated on getting 23H2 on their Windows 11 computers. 22H2 does not go end of life until October 2024. I asked what is in 23H2 that they need. Crickets. They did not respond. Nothing there. Yeah, not a big deal. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. No, it's a prequel called Vice City Stories was out. Yeah, it's not Grand Theft Auto. It's a prequel. Is it a prequel to Grand Theft Auto in 2006? Jim, there's laughing to Jim. How did I miss Jim? Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, I did read that. You use Edge to download a real browser. Microsoft explanation of BitLocker and device encryption.
I've heard you can use Wingit to download a browser without ever opening Edge.
Oh, really? Okay. Wingit to download a browser. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense that you could do that. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't have to start with Edge. And DuckDuckGo for Alice. All right, then. Where do I want to go next? I'm not going to dig down into BitLocker at this point. The only thing I'm interested in doing with BitLocker and device encryption is get a real nail down what happens with a fresh install. Some people have said it. BitLocker is not active by default. My experience is when you do a fresh install of Windows without having done a special installation media. All right, now I'm trying to remember, there's something else I wanted to get to. Let's see, my project today is I'm going to be finishing up on these 2 mini PCs that are replacing the towers for a husband and wife in their home operation while they've been out of town for a week or so. I'm kind of stalling and dragging because I know there was something else on my mind that I wanted to talk about, because this show is unrehearsed, unrescripted, unedited, live.
Anyone using DuckDuckGo on their Windows PC?
Yeah, I think we've had people saying they're using DuckDuckGo. Well, Alice said on her phone. I'm not. Okay, Big Beast build. What was the conclusion? Well, I've had this happen before, and what happened, the pattern seems to be, I restarted Big Beast build about half an hour before yesterday's show. I just restarted it once because it'd been like 20 days or something like that.
I tried
since the last
Goose
restart.
Gone.
And Goose Gone for can. I've had this happen before where it just doesn't work well. It has some glitches, but then I do not restart it. Traditional thinking, in my experience, would be restart the computer again. But no, I have not restarted the computer. I just kept it running and it worked fine through yesterday. And let's go see if that's true, that I haven't restarted, because I'm pretty sure I did not restart it. So we should see when we go look how long it's been up. It's been up 1 day and 1 hour. 1 hour and 15 minutes. So if you go 1 hour and 16 minutes prior to the current time yesterday, that's when I restarted the computer. I have not restarted it, and I think it's going to be fine. It just seems to be a little cranky during the first hour after a restart. So whatever. Brand Israel says there's a blurry. Nope, that's from yesterday's show. See, that's a different color sweater. I'm looking at the wrong panel there. Oh, here's something going on. What is with this dark bar at the top? That's what I want to say. I was looking around for this morning, trying to figure out what's going on here. I can stop that mirroring effect for you by just putting the chat room over that window. This dark part up here, that's not the way I normally have my browser set. And I'll show you over here on Baby Beast. You see on Baby Beast, the Chrome browser doesn't have that dark bar at the top. Now, if I go to today's show on Baby Beast, the show that's running right now, will it be dark at the top? No, it's not. So I went looking around a little bit trying to figure out what's going on. And if I come back here to Big Beast where it's got that dark bar at the top, I thought that would have something to do with the theme in YouTube, not in the browser. So down here, appearance, device theme. So it's using the device theme, my computer's theme, rather than specifically choosing dark theme or light theme. So then I figured, well, do I have something about my theme in Windows? So I'll right click out here on the desktop, do personalize, and come to personalization and then themes. And on themes, I have, let's see, down contrast themes. There's none selected there. And let's see, where else do I need to go for themes? That's in accessibility. Let's go back to personalization and themes. Background, sounds, blue color theme, current theme. That's the one I'm going to look for. Current theme. It says custom, but I don't have any dark theme selected anywhere, and YouTube is using my device theme. So why do I have that dark bar at the top? Anybody know the answer to that? Inquiring minds, meaning me, wants to know. Now that's yesterday's chat. Let's get back to today's chat. Is YouTube Premium good? Well, I like it because it reduces the number of ads that I get. Dual reference, but I like Goose Stop. And nobody's telling me anything about that dark bar at the top. I use dark mode on YouTube. I'm not using dark mode. Why do I have that at the top? And the other thing about it is that I don't like, it's kind of weird, is I can't tell if I'm seeing the whole video because it just kind of blends right in. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. All right, so let's go look at those emails the tech support questions that came in. There's the first came in from Ken Stout, and he comes in with a really complicated, long question. Let's see, I'm looking at these messages. Alice, have you got your nightlight on your PC? Nightlight on my PC. Where does that happen? Nightlight. I think I know what you're talking about, and isn't it in that same area for personalize? Where is nightlight at? If I go over here and search for nightlight, yeah, I know I got distracted from talking about Ken Stout. Nightlight. Here's nightlight is off. So no, I do not have it turned on. Force it to use light mode rather than device, from Greg M. All right, let's try that. I'll come over here to the YouTube profile icon, come down to appearance, device theme, and change it to light theme. Will that do it? Wow, I thought that would do it. It does not. It did not make a change at all. If I change it back to dark theme in YouTube, yeah, there's a dark theme. That's a dark theme. I just don't like dark theme. It just does not work for me. Now if I go back to light theme, I still got that dark thing at the top. Do you need to refresh? You want me to put deodorant on or what? No, I just tried the refresh. That didn't do nothing. My dark theme Chrome shows the exact same thing as yours. I use dark theme as well.
Maybe you have been blacklisted.
Blacklisted, all right. Nice idea there. But the dark theme isn't quite the same, is it? If I come over here and, whoops, go to YouTube, change that back to dark theme. It's got more dark. See down here at the bottom where the title is, that's dark as well. That is not the same. When I go to my device theme, it's light down here at the bottom. So over here where, Dennis, you're saying your dark theme Chrome shows the exact theme as yours. How about down here below the video? Don't you see it dark down there as well? Ken Stout, he's claiming a Vietnamese wife. Does your Filipino wife know about your Vietnamese wife? You pointed to the night light, but did not switch it. Yeah, I didn't turn it on. Because it's not on. All right, so how about if I turn it on and then turn it off? If I come up here and search for night light, since I don't know where to find it, if I turn it on, what happens? Ooh, no. Oh, yuck. Yuck. No. Nope. I turned it on and off, and that didn't make any change to this bar at the top. Oh, he's saying, shh, don't let her know. Don't let her know about the Vietnamese wife. Doesn't like dark theme. What are you talking about, Willis? Yeah, what kind of an oddball am I to not like dark? Here's how you can tell I don't play Fortnite. 51 gigabytes update downloading. Here's how you can tell I do. Oh, I guess somebody else must have said something about a 51 gigabyte update. Professor will call me about it. My dark mode issues. All right. Obviously, I'm going to have to read through things more later. Let's see. We already talked about Greg's thing where I belong to an email list where 2 members are fixated on getting 23H2 on their Windows 11 computers. Yeah, crickets. Yeah, I did read that already. All right, so let's get back to Ken Stouts. He's got this long message in here with his question. I'll read through it in a little bit before I do something else. But he starts out with the I dare, because at the end of yesterday's show, I dare you to send me a question. But before I read through that, I want to get John Williams And I'm just going to take that off screen for a moment to be sure that I don't expose something. Yeah, his email, I double dare you to respond to Ken Stout's question. So let's get back and get through Ken Stout's question. Now, this is where it becomes really beneficial to be a professional computer consultant with over 30 years experience, because it gives you the ability to read between the lines when somebody is trying to explain a problem that they have. So for those of you who don't have the 30 plus years experience, you probably aren't understanding Ken's question in here. It's kind of like a Groot thing on Guardians of the Galaxy, and also kind of like the Emperor's New Clothes, you know, where unless you're pure of heart, you can't see the clothes, and it looks like the Emperor's in his underwear. So I understand that some of you, this part that has Ken's question that I've highlighted there, you don't actually see it. So I'll read through it for you. I'll read through it. He says, Doug, I'm having troubles with my nothing key. When I press my nothing key, nothing happens, but actually something does happen and it's not supposed to. So when I press the nothing key, I expect for nothing to happen, but something is happening. It can be anything that happens is what happens when I press the anything key. But the nothing key is not working properly, so I need help with the nothing key. So my answer to you, Ken Stout, is that if the nothing key was working properly, what would happen is nothing. So instead of pressing the nothing key, expecting nothing to happen, what I want you to do is don't press the key. Because if you just don't press the nothing key, then you're going to get the expected desired result, as you will get nothing. There is a nothing key on my Stream Deck, and what happens when I press the nothing key on my Stream Deck